Alright, so today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Cowboy Bebop Vicious figure. And full disclosure, for anybody that's a fan of Cowboy Bebop, I've never watched the show. Never watched the original, never watched the Netflix show that I've heard is awful. It is a show I've been meaning to watch for a very, very long time and heard wonderful, wonderful things about, but I've never watched it. But I came across this figure and it was very, very cheap. It was new in the package and somebody was clearing out their collection, and so I was able to get it for a really, really good price, which is why I picked it up. And honestly, picking it up has kind of now made me want to watch the show, which I know I should. As a proper geek, I should have watched the show already. So I have a reason now, I guess, because I bought this figure anyway. Pretty standard packaging for SH Figuarts. A little smaller than a lot of the SH Figuarts packaging is. You see, we've got it there. Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop Vicious. Here on the back, got pictures of the figure. And then, of course, for anybody that's curious, there's the UPC number right there. And let's crack this guy open and see what we have inside. Alright, so we've got him out of the package, and before we get too much into anything else, go ahead and take a look at the accessories that we have here. Okay, so you can see we've got 3 sets of hands here. We've got an extra hand here. Looks like we've got some gripping hands, some fists, things like that. We've got a sword that is painted rather nicely on the hilt. We've got a little dagger that's just a little silver dagger. He comes with a bird. Again, don't know the show, so don't know the significance of the bird. We've got a couple extra faces there. We've got a sheath. And yeah, so we've got quite a few accessories here. Now, as far as the faces go, we've got this one that actually comes on the figure. And this one looks to be kind of like a neutral face. Not much expression there. Looks fine. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other 2 faces. The first one that we've got is kind of a smirking face. Just kind of a little side eye. He's smirking just a little bit. Not too bad. I think I like that one the best, honestly. And then we've got him with a mad face. He's got his mad face going on. So, you know, we got the lines under the eyes. We got the gritted teeth. The eyes close in together, looking straight on. You know, all 3 great heads. I think I like the smirk face just a little bit better. That's probably the one I'll end up displaying it with. All right, so let's talk about Sculpt here real quick. Again, much like with the Dragon Ball Z figures, you know, this is coming from an anime, right? So this is a cartoon. So there's not going to be a whole lot of detail on these guys because there's just not going to be a whole lot of detail in the source material. You're going to have some, and it is nice. And I will say, this does feel like a definite step up in quality, just getting it in your hand from those Dragon Ball Z figures. You know, little things like some of the wrinkles in the pants there, just the detail here in the shirt and vest. Yeah, not much detail on the legs, little bits on the arms and the wrinkles in the jacket, that kind of thing. But the sculpt feels really nice. The coat is not really very flexible, but flexible enough. So we've got some flex there, but still fairly rigid, but at least it's not a hard plastic. So we've got some flex there, which I like. So the sculpt's really, really well done. You know, I think it's nicely done. It's a good sculpt for what this character is supposed to be. I think it works well. Hair looks good. Yeah, I like it. I dig it. I think the sculpt's really well done. As far as the paint goes, I mean, look, it's SH Figuarts. The paint's on point. Not a lot on this guy, but there's no paint slop on him whatsoever, period. The gold trim looks really, really nice on the jacket, on the cuffs, around the collar. The undershirt looks really good. Everything's well done. We've got some decent little shading there in the hair. Again, not a lot of paint here, but done really, really well. So let's talk about articulation. I haven't even tried yet, but just telling from the hair, there's not going to be much. Yeah, he doesn't really look up. It doesn't really look down, doesn't really tilt. Between the hair and the collar, there's not going to be a lot there. Obviously, you're going to get rotation there, which is fine. As far as the arms go, yeah, pretty standard for what you would expect from SH Figuarts. No bicep cuts, but we do have the ball joint elbows, which is essentially a double jointed elbow. So we get that much movement there. We've got just a peg here. There's a little bit of a ball joint there, but honestly, it doesn't move. Okay, well, maybe a little bit. So, yeah, okay, we get some movement there. But ball joint wrists, not too bad. As far as ab, I mean, it's a little bit. And then, of course, his jacket keeps him really from going back too far. So, got that there. Hips, not too shabby. And then let's see how he does. Well, the jacket's definitely going to get into the way. I feel like the legs could move more than the jacket is allowing. But, no, still can't kick his own ass. So, there is that. Feet are pretty standard. You know, you've got the rotation there. Back and forth. Toe articulation. So, yeah. Not too bad. Pretty much what you would expect from a figure like this. The coat, while nice, and I do like it, and I don't think I'll be putting this guy in any, you know, crazy positions or anything. It does get in the way of the articulation at the back just a little bit, but I think it's fine. I think it works. I think for what you're going with here, for the style, the art design, all that kind of stuff, I think this works. You know, I think we can make this work. I think it'll do the job that you need it to do as far as articulation goes. So all in all, paint, sculpt, articulation, pretty much what you would expect and what you would want out of something like this from SH Figuarts. You know, he's not Spider-Man. You're not trying to get into some crazy poses. It's more about the look and the sculpt and the paint than it is about the articulation. Although it's still good articulation, especially given the coat and everything else. Probably better than a lot of other lines out there. But it is what you would expect. So let's stack him up against some other figures and see how he comes out. Alright, so we're going to throw him up against some other SH Figuarts. Here on the left, we've got Goku. This is, Son Goku Superhero. And on the right, of course, we've got Injustice Joker. I think it works well. Look, Injustice Joker is a bit tall for, you know, SH Figuarts or a lot of the stuff that they come out with. But, you know, tall, lanky dude, I don't mind it. And, of course, the difference between Dragon Ball characters and, you know, this style of character with the Cowboy Bebop, obviously very different. One is big and bulky and muscular, and the others are kind of taller and thinner. But all in all, it works. I mean, this will look good on a shelf together, so definitely fits in line with a lot of other SH Figuarts characters. Alright, so now we have him with the X-Force Mezco Wolverine, and we've got him with the Figma Captain America from the first Avengers movie. Definitely looks good with the Figma, hands down. Yes, Captain America's bigger and bulkier, and the proportions are a little different, but, you know, it's anime versus movie, that's fine. The Mezco Wolverine just doesn't fit in at all. He's supposed to be a very short character. He's supposed to be 5'2", and he's taller than both of them, so not going to work there, but all in all, not too bad. Alright, so to pit him up against some other black-suited, well-dressed characters, on the left we've got my little custom Kit Bash Tony Stark, and on the right we've got my custom Mr. Venom. And, you know, he looks kind of like a little kid, let's be honest here. These are supposedly 6-inch scale, but with a lot of these modern companies, whether it be Hasbro or wherever, they're doing 6-inch scale, which is really closer to 6.5, so, take it for what you will. But, you know, not too bad. And just for shiggles, let's throw them up against some 7-inch scale figures. On the left, we've got the Todd McFarlane DC Multiverse Black Suit Superman with a custom cape. And on the right, we've got Mattel's Motu Revolutions, or whatever it's called. I don't even remember anymore. Scare Glow, which I actually really like this figure. I just, for whatever reason, don't remember the line at the time. Three, two. Alright, and just for shiggles, no other reason other than that, let's throw them up against some 7-inch scale figures. On the left, we've got McFarlane DC Multiverse black suited Superman with a custom cape. And on the right, we've got Mattel's Masterverse Scareglow. Two figures I really, really love, but let's be honest, you're not going to be putting your SH Figuarts in the same display as these two guys, or anyone from either of these two lines. It just doesn't look good at all. Alright, so let's talk about price here real quick. Now, out there on the open market, you can expect to pay about $40 to $50 for this guy, depending on shipping and all that kind of stuff. So that puts it about $5 to $10 more than your current line of Dragon Ball characters that are coming out from SH Figuarts, right? And as I said, this kind of feels like a little bit better quality figure. The paint's a little bit nicer, the sculpt's a little bit nicer than those Dragon Ball figures. So $5 to $10 more for what, at least to me, feels like just a little bit better of a figure. Just from that perspective, not a bad deal. And certainly if you're a Cowboy Bebop fan, I mean, this is a good deal. There's not a lot of Cowboy Bebop action figures out there on the market. There are a few from a few different companies that can be very hard to get a hold of. Obviously, SH Figuarts is one of the more prominent ones that might be a little bit easier to get a hold of. So from that point of view, yeah, it's definitely worth it. Or honestly, if you're just an SH Figuarts fan, and you like their figures and you like their quality and you're just looking for a good figure with good sculpt and good paint for a good price, then from that perspective, yes, it's also worth it. Look, I want to watch Cowboy Bebop. I haven't, so I really have no connection to this character or anything else, but it's still a good figure. I still like it. I'm still glad I have it in my collection. I appreciate this figure for what it is. It's a really, really cool, really well-made, well-done action figure. And, you know, again, for what I'm doing with my collection and the fact that I intend to at some point watch Cowboy Bebop, it makes sense. Why not? Pick it up, try it out, see if I like it. Now, again, as I said earlier in the video, I did get a good deal on this. Somebody was clearing out their collection, and so I didn't pay $40 for this, okay? I paid considerably less than that. And so, you know, I got a good deal. But sitting here and looking at it and getting it in hand, while if you had asked me a couple weeks ago, would I have paid $40 to $50 for this, I would have said, nah, probably not. I don't really care about Cowboy Bebop. Seeing it now, it's a really, really good figure. And I think it is worth the money. And I'm glad I got a deal on it. But I can say I think it is worth the $40 to $50 that you're going to pay for it. And again, if you like Cowboy Bebop, if you like SH Figuarts, this hands down is a great choice and definitely something you should pick up.